and you know we had to do it. We're back with another one. Who are we talking about today? Today we're talking about the Pacers and the Bucks and the Clippers and the Mavericks. Yes, that's right. We got the East, we have the West. We're going to talk about the East first. They played first, so we'll just give y'all a recap of that first. First things first, the Pacers end up taking it 125 to 108. The Pacers said, we lost the first game. We ready to come back. We came back better. We came back bigger. We came back stronger. Yes, that's right. Let's see, how should we dive into these stats and talk about the game besides that the Pacers say that they were ready. But the thing about it, when it came to the Pacers and the Bucks, it wasn't like a far off game in the first half. It started happening like this in the second half. I feel like when things just basically went downhill for the Bucks, it was kind of like, what is going on? I feel like the Pacers definitely put a lot of pressure on them. I definitely feel like they need Giannis back. He is definitely an asset to their team, and it's now showing, because at the end of the day, Dame, he's gonna fatigue. Like he gotta use all of his fuel that he has in the tank, and we have to have the other players on the Bucks step up in order for them to continue this series, because if not, it's gonna be a game like last night's game, and they definitely don't want that. The thing, I don't know. It's just like the second half. It just kind of second half, the Bucks, they end up cutting the lead down to 1 in the third quarter. But then when the fourth quarter came, they had cut it down to 4 points, and then they just kind of grew from there. And then next thing you know, they were down like 23 points in the fourth quarter, and then it was just kind of, it wasn't no coming back from that. The only time they outscored the Pacers was in the fourth quarter, so that just shows you how the Pacers was playing and how the Bucks was playing, and it just really sucks. But anyways, let's just dive into some stats, and the first person or the player of the game I want to give it to, and that's going to be Siakam. He did an amazing job. He played great defense last night, and I feel like he is really carrying the Pacers team, being as though he already have experience with the championship from Toronto, and then I feel like he's taking it over to the Pacers and really trying to get them in their bag and just like help them out, be the veteran of the team and be like, hey, this is what's going on. We need to do this. We need to, watch film, and this is what, you know what I'm saying? We need to change. Game 1, of course, was a bust, but it's like we came back stronger for game 2. And then it's like the thing that sucks about the Bucks is like now the next 2 games y'all gonna be playing in Indiana, so you already know they finna turn up even more going to their home court, like, of course. But anyway, Siakam, he ended up finishing. He had 37 points, 11 rebounds, and then 6 assists, almost a double-double. But like I said, he was doing his big one, and this is how you know he was playing great defense. He ended up having 10 defensive rebounds. Like, out of the 11 that he had 10 on defense. So it just shows you that he was really in his bag last night. He really wanted to win. Just a great night for him, and I love that for him because I talked about him last Pacers game. So it's like, he's really stepping up, and I feel like this is a great opportunity for him, a great look for him being with the new team and really carrying, you know what I'm saying, the Pacers. And then the next person I want to talk about, that's going to be Tyrese Halliburton. And this is not even the fact of him having great stats, because they're not that, well, he had a double-double. He had 12 points and 12 assists, and there were other players, like you had Miles Turner, you had Neesmith. Like, they had more points than him. Like, the starters did an amazing job. But it was just like, I really wanted to, like, kind of not necessarily call him out, but acknowledge him is the better word for it. Yeah, you got a double-double, but it's like the points got to pick up. Siakam can't do it by himself. He needs a whole team. He needs the starters to really get in a bag. And I'm only speaking for Tyrese Halliburton because, like I said, the rest of the starters, they did a cool little job. Like, I feel like they did what they needed to do in order to get the win. It was just, for me, it was Tyrese Halliburton. Last game, he was talking about maybe they, folding under pressure or being nervous. And it's like, what's your excuse this game? Like, you got the points got to pick up when it comes to Tyrese, because it's not happening. Like, this is game 2. The first game, you had like 9 points. This game, you had 12. So hopefully when they go back to home court or have their home court advantage, he's able to score more than that, really shine, really have the fans, the crowd rocking, and then he's like, okay, it's time for me to get in my bag and just do just that. But that's really all I had to say when it came to the Pacers last night. So now we're just gonna head it over and talk about the Bucks, and of course that's gonna be Damian Lillard. He went off. He had 34 points, and then he had 5 assists last night, kind of similar to the game one where he had 35 points in the first half. This one, I think he had either 26 points in the first half or 28, and then not that many in the second half. But it's like, now you see how the Pacers is coming. I kind of like, now you see. So it's like, okay, yeah, you have a great first half, but the second half, you gotta still keep that energy, still keep that strength, and be like, this is how we come in full game, not just the first half. Y'all gotta bring it both halves, all 4 quarters. You gotta play strong, you gotta play tough, you gotta play defense, you gotta play offense, you gotta play it. You gotta play it all. Seriously though, it's like, okay, I give you your first half, like you did what you needed to do in the first half, but when it comes to the second half, we still got to pick up where we left off. You know what I'm saying? Once y'all, have your little 12-15 minute break, be back rejuvenated, and then bring the energy for the second half. And I need that from Dame, especially since Giannis is not playing. Like, he really got to step up. And not just him, the rest of the team has to step up, because Dame, he can't do it by himself. You know what I mean? So it's like, all right, Bucks, Milwaukee, we need y'all to step up to help Dame out, get this other win, and just do just that. And then the next person I want to talk about, and that's going to be Brook Lopez. He had 22 points last night, and the reason I want to acknowledge him, because he hit 6 out of 7 threes last night. So that just shows you how he was playing. He was kind of hot when shooting the ball, shooting from, beyond the arch, and doing your big one. So it's like, I love that for you. It was just, I just feel like the fourth quarter really hurt them. The fourth and the third, but the fourth quarter hurt them. But like I said, they were able to get it down to 4 in the beginning of the fourth, and then it just started getting not good, y'all. But y'all, that's really all I had when it came to the Bucks and the Pacers. So now they have a tie series, and I think this is why I wanted to talk about both of these teams, because it was like last game, the Pacers wasn't looking too hot, and then the Mavericks last game, of course, y'all know they were down like 29 points and did not get the win. And then it's like, now we're going to head it over and talk about the West, and that's going to be the Clippers and the Mavericks. The Mavericks taking it 96-93. And what I love about this game, I feel like defense was playing on both ends of the court. Stops was being made, shots was being blocked. It was like just aggression. Like, everybody was aggressive out there, and I love that for them. I don't feel like the Clippers played bad. Nope, I don't think they did. I feel like they needed to probably step it up just a tad bit more, seeing as though like the Mavs, like they was getting hot, they was getting in their bag, they wanted to win, they had to redeem themselves from game one, and I feel like the Clippers had to match, you know what I'm saying, that energy in order to get the win. It just didn't happen, because it was like Harden didn't play bad, Paul George didn't play bad, of course Zubac, he didn't play bad. Like, a lot of the starters actually did a cool little job. So it's like, you got to give them that. It just wasn't enough to get that win. I feel like the fourth quarter really sealed the deal for the Mavericks. Like, they was up most of the game, but it was never like a far off game. It was like, even the Clippers, when the fourth quarter came, they were able to take the lead, and then y'all know Kyrie, he just gonna double back every single time. Like, y'all gotta give Kyrie his props when it is needed, because he's just one of those guys. But anyways, let's just talk about the stats, dive into that, and that's about it, y'all. First person we're gonna talk about, that's gonna be Luka Doncic. He had 32 points last night, 6 rebounds and 9 assists. Had him a little, not a double-double, almost a double-double if he had one more assist. And the thing about Luka, he didn't start off hot in the first half. Like, he really came alive the second half of the game. Like, he was like missing shots, airballing three. Like, it was like he was kind of off. So I feel like he needed to get his energy for himself to pick up in order for him to have a great night, and it ended up turning around for him, and he did a great job, and he was the highest scorer on the team. So it's like, I love that for him. And y'all already know the next person I'm going to talk about. That's going to be Kyrie. He had 23.6 rebounds doing his big one. Y'all, when it comes to Kyrie, I love the way he played. I love how he's so fast-paced. I love how he's super fearless. I love how he's going to he don't care who in the paint. He's going to drive the ball and get the ball in, get the ball going. And it was kind of like him and Harden, they were guarding each other. So it's like old teammates over here guarding each other. But it was a cool little matchup because what I liked about it, it made James Harden play defense. Because y'all already be like, Harden don't play defense. All he do is complain, blah, 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 blah. But last night, he really had to step it up, get in his bag, guard Kyrie, and I feel like he did an amazing job. He definitely had some stops when it came to Kyrie, but at the end of the day, it's like Kyrie can't be stopped. And that's really what I have to say when it comes to him. And then we're just going to head it over and talk about the Clippers, and that's going to be Paul George and James Harden, both having 22 points last night. Like I said, everybody was doing good. We had Paul George hitting a 3 at the end. Obviously, it was not enough to get the win, but he hit it within the last seconds, which, broke the lead down to 3 points. But it really didn't matter because y'all already had lost the game within those final seconds. But it looks good on paper to be like, okay, we only lost by 3 versus we lost by 6. The difference between the stats of Harden and Paul George, Harden, he had 6 rebounds and then he had 8 assists. That's why I was like, Harden was really playing last night, and I love watching that. Like, the game was really great. It was really a back and forth type of game. I hope y'all watched it. I don't know. But yeah, it was a good game. And then the next person on the Clippers that I want to talk about, and of course, that's going to be Zubac. Because Zubac, I may be saying his last name wrong, he was in his bag. Even though he didn't have that many points, he had 13 points last night, but he had 12 rebounds. So that just shows you the type of defense he was playing. He was waiting, boxing out, getting a rebound, and getting down court. And I love that when it comes to him. And I think that's all I had, y'all. That's really all I had. I was reading like some of the notes and stuff, and it was like Jason Kidd said it felt like they was playing 90s basketball, and I really have to agree with him. And the only reason I agree, because every time I do a review and it'd be like 150 points, and it's like, who is scoring 150 points in the NBA? But that's what's going on in 2024. But back in the 90s, the game would be like 83, 93. Like, it would never really just get to over 100. It would even be times like when you go to the game and it'll be like first team to 100, or if your team gets to 100, you get a free, just say McDonald's or whatever the case may be. It was always some type of like prize if you get to 100 points. And it's like nowadays these people are like surpassing 100 points, and it's like, where is the defense? I know it's a different age, a new time, all of that. I get that, but it's just so crazy like how the points have skyrocketed since the 90s up until now. And y'all, I think that's all I had. Good game for Mavs, good game for Pacers. The series is now tied for both of them. And like I said, that's why I wanted to talk about both of those teams, so I could show you that they was really in their bag last night and they came to play, and that's just what happened. But that's really all I had. Y'all already know what I'm about to say. I need y'all to be productive. I was productive, so go ahead and do it in return. Also, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and don't forget to turn on your notification bell so you could be alerted when when TV posts. Peace out. Bye.